Okay. Okay. Should be working that way. I know I can't hear myself. I'm seeing that I'm hitting the line, so that's good. I have no idea if there's going to be any noise, though, when I do this. So let me... Oh, okay. So that should be... Speakers. Just the moment where Wesley's like, I don't think this is my style. Whoopi just goes, shut up, kid! Beauty! Wow, we're already at 15 minutes. Hey, camera, can you... Oh, no. Can you... Oh,
It's gonna be weird
way too much. Wait a second. You should be closer to me.
This is Michael messing with the camera.
Well, you can see the bottom of my fucking monitor for some reason. That's a new one on me.
Michael, you are quite illogical.
You're illogical.
You're illogical.
Your mom's illogical. You're a scruffy nerf herder. Oh, there. Oh, okay. Good thing I'm recording all this. All right. All right, ready for intros?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Bunny Perspective creator Michael Bennett, and this is the Heather.
Hi.
We only have one, and this is Stone Vlogs reviews the Star Trek, the season 2 of Next Generation.
Yay!
It's not a review. It's a
retrospective.
It's a well, I don't know what you call these. It's
a look back.
Debrief.
Way back then it was okay to feel a little feared, but all my friends are dead.
Got through season 2 quicker than I thought.
Yeah, we did. It was also shorter because season 1 was 26 or 27 episodes, and this one was only 22 episodes.
You remember when TV shows got greenlit for more than 12 at a time?
I know.
What the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah.
Cartoons used to get like they would order fucking, 27, like 60, like Thundercats season 1 had 60 episodes.
Jeez.
Yeah, just in that one. That's
Just
crazy.
in that one.
No wonder people are butthurt about this new one.
No, they're butthurt because they just like being butthurt. Like, who cares?
This was a weird season.
Season 2 was not very good. And not as bad as people braced me for, but worse than season 1.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, you should need to skip season 1 and 2 and then go back to see if you're curious. I won't know if that's true until we finish. Are you serious?
Call me a crybaby dog.
Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Who's your butt? Who's your butt? Then shut up. Either get in someone's lap or stop crying.
Oh, I Chaya.
All right. Just because you're on camera doesn't mean you get to talk a bunch.
Yeah.
You don't have any opinions about Star Trek. All right, get out of here. How did this season start? I forget.
Okay, the first episode was The Child. That's the one where...
Oh, where Lwaxana Troi gets preggers?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That was the... I want to say that's contender for one of the weirdest episodes.
Sorry about that thunder, kids.
Sorry about
It's a
this
dark and
thunder,
stormy
kids.
night, and we're talking about The Child.
It's a dark and stormy night.
Yeah, that episode was the episode where I was talking... Oh, by the way, before we get in to season 2, can we discuss that we're not racist for not talking about Jodie LaForge?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
We both love that actor.
Yes, I love...
So we didn't forget Jodie LaForge on purpose?
He just wasn't that big of a deal in season 1. Like, he was a character. He did stuff.
He didn't do nearly as much in season 1.
Yeah. But, Jodie LaForge, we forgot to talk about him.
Jodie,
He's blind.
Yeah.
and
he's
forgotten
cool.
Yar.
Yeah, Jordie's... season 1, I think... It's not that he didn't know what to...
They underplayed him.
It's not that they didn't know what to do with him, like Lwaxana Troi. Like, I don't think they ever know what to do with her in the first season, aside from have her look at Riker longingly. In season 2, they definitely knew what to do with Lwaxana Troi. Get that bitch pregnant. So Lwaxana Troi gets pregnant in the first episode coming back.
Yeah.
It's a weird episode, and it's not very good. Because, like, it's a being that, for whatever reason, wants to be born, and instead of being, like, Jesus or whatever, and, like, going to a planet and inseminating a rando...
Why wouldn't you just inseminate a rando and become
this
Jesus
being
if you wanted to... Like,
impregnates
cool.
Lextrana Troy, who's only half human.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're already like, oh, so all that plumbing works the same? And it feels like if Yar were still around, they would have picked Yar.
Yeah.
I think, not because Yar is particularly feminine, but because that would be an actually interesting counterpoint. Like, if Yar's character wasn't killed, I think she'd been a more interesting target because she would have had much more of a visceral reaction to being pregnant, whereas Lextrana Troy is just like, sucks that I'm pregnant now. Data, can you help me down the hall? Stupid.
No, she wasn't. Like, she was happy to be pregnant.
Yeah, that's my point. Yar wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would have been a better fucking story.
I feel like the same thing.
She's stupidly okay with it. Like, she's okay with it to the point where I'm like,
Holy shit.
none of
quite the fucking
this. None of this.
Should I get my phone?
None of this makes any sense. Like, none of it made. It was a bad episode, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't the worst episode.
It wasn't the last episode. We'll get to that, guys. Briefly. I mean, you'll know when we're talking about the last episode because it'll be us talking about episodes from season 1 and 2 that we already talked about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we learned anything, did we? Just that Lextrana Troy is okay with being pregnant.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a weird episode.
It's a bad episode.
And the child just dies. Like,
yeah, it disappears or something, right? Well, he doesn't die. He's an entity. Like, he's like a being. So he like just fucked off to go do whatever he wanted to do. And was there a B fucking story to that one? Because what the fuck? Why was the whole point of that Lextrana Troy gets preggers? Like, I don't remember
It's a B story, but I don't remember.
There's so many B stories I can't remember them all.
Yeah.
I know it's not the B story or the A story, but it wasn't Picard getting his heart fixed. That was a totally different B story. The child. It was a real shit. It was a real shit episode. Really shitty to come back to because I thought that was part of the first season actually.
Yeah, it kind of blends in with that first season.
I don't think people had that much trouble with seasonal stuff when pre-Netflix, but post-Netflix when it just runs through, you gotta like pay attention. Crusher's uniform looks better.
It does.
Or that fucking sweater.
Wesley is a lot better in this season.
Yeah.
He's got his moments, like the Selkie episode. That one was shit.
Yeah, what was the Selkie episode?
The one where he gets a crush on this girl, but she turns out to be a monster.
No, I liked him in that one.
No, at the end he doesn't like her anymore because she's a Selkie.
Turns around.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because okay, so you're forgetting.
Okay, yeah.
This is actually a very, very good episode, and you're forgetting the turnaround. So in this episode, Crusher, there's a girl and an older lady, and they come to the Enterprise. Later on, you see that lady talking to a girl. That girl from Twin Peaks. She's the waitress. I can't think of her name off the top of my head for some reason because I just can't. Don't worry about it. But the waitress from Twin Peaks, who's dating Bobby through most of it, and then ends up dating David Lynch. She's the actress that plays this girl that the lead girl that we're talking to is talking to. Okay, comes to find out, the two of them are shape changers. And their true form is this, their true form are these ugly bugbear beast things, but their true form isn't that. It's just one of the forms that they take. It's actually very good. It's a very good accepting of a transsexual if you didn't know they were a transsexual going into a relationship episode kind of thing. Because what it is Wesley meets the girl and he's like, oh shit, I'm into this girl. And then
that's actually pretty funny.
Turns out she's an ugly bug person, and he goes, I don't like this ugly bug person. But he thinks about it, and he ruminates.
I think I'm gonna actually record that. I don't actually think that's a terrible bit, but I can't actually see anything, so I can't tell if my eyes are actually covered. Should be. Okay. Alright, so let's hover over it. Okay. Let's make the donuts! Okay, that'll be good for later. Where's that gonna go? I have no idea. A man doesn't put on 2 sets of goggles and then a pair of glasses for no reason. That's all I have to say. One does not just put on a pair of goggles and then another pair of goggles for no reason. What happens if we do this? But if we diffuse it, I think my eyeglass glare goes away more. No. Ew, dick. Isn't that what that always breaks down to?
Ask folks about, you know, their experiences with love.
And they all have completely different. That's why I think I was like,
Okay, good. Ooh. And just like that, it's dissipated. All right. That's storms down here, man. Sometimes they're like a big fucking deal, and other times they ain't nothing.
So Data. So Data makes this program for the holodeck, and it's Sherlock Holmes times. And he's like, "Hey, Geordie, won't you come with me and be my Watson?" And Geordie's like, "Okay, I don't know much about, you know, Sherlock Holmes, but okay." And so he goes off, and they be buddies together. And then they bring on the worst doctor, and she's like, "You know what? I don't think you could actually solve a case like Sherlock Holmes. I think this computer is just doing things from the Sherlock universe."
Yeah, and he read all the books, so he just knew.
And
did they get trapped in there, or is that the other one?
No, the bad doctor gets.
Why do you keep calling her the bad doctor?
I don't like her.
She's the other new character, and I can't think of her name. And I can't think of her name either. The doc. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
I just call her worst. I just call her worst nurse.
I know that you just always call Miss Nurse Chapel.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Holy
I'm such
shit.
a dork. Me saying "holy shit" there is recognizing what a fucking dork I've become by liking Star Trek.
Yeah, didn't you know? Yeah, didn't you notice that she was always trying to bang that Vulcan that was hanging out? Okay, sorry.
That's me further explaining that I know who her Nurse Chapel actually
But yeah,
is.
she gets kidnapped by Moriarty, who is played by the guy who plays Niles in The Nanny.
Uh-huh.
And
hey, Rose.
Data comes and saves her.
Well, what they did is they made the computer. I'm confused. Is this the one where Moriarty gets out of the holodeck and
It must be really trippy because I can only hear this, but it must be really weird when editing in Premiere past Michael is laughing and I'm laughing over it. Must sound like really odd.
realizes he can't exist outside of the holodeck?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that was a good reveal that Moriarty tries to get out of the holodeck and he can't. It's like Data makes a program so that he can actually, like, it'll actually challenge him.
That's really good. That one, okay, so why that episode is fun for me.
And so Moriarty realizes he's in a thing. And he tries to get out. And he's on the bridge, or not on the bridge of Enterprise. He's on like the hallway right outside of the holodeck. And he just dissipates and like screams and shit. It's really fucked up. That's funny.
Me is a character.
Whoops.
Character on the holodeck realized that he was a character on the holodeck and wanted to get out, but didn't. Like it was really good.
We did have some good things to say about season 2.
It was really clever. They had a lot of fun in these early holodeck episodes. That's for sure. Like, I don't know if they forget. Like, they usually have to come up with some weird excuse to make it like a.
Spoilers, no, they don't. There's like an incel episode in season 3. It's like a proto-incel episode. There's this character, he's like a perpetual loser. And he goes into the holodeck and he recreates Picard, Geordi, Riker, and Data as villains. And he clones Dr. Crusher and Wesley Crusher as like an annoying brat, and Lakshana Troy is like a sex goddess. It's highly implied that he goes in there and like fucking jerks it basically. But there's all of these like, there's these moments where you see him confronting the crew, and then you realize it's just the holodeck because like things don't make any sense. Like he punches out Riker or something. But the guy's like lazy and like, but at any rate, but he acts like an incel. And I was like, yeah, if an incel was on the fucking Sharp, the Star Sharp Enterprise, whew, I had a nap. I woke up at a weird time. My brains are starting to rot.
Problem and more than them just fucking around and having fun.
So yeah, they kind of told the incel story way ahead of, way before it needed to be told. I think
fucking around and having fun. Around and having fun. So I am looking forward to the ones where they just fuck around and have fun, because like the contrived problems inside of the holodeck were kind of annoying. Like the one
these were not contrived problems. Like Riker goes into like basically he's running the program, and if you're running one of these holodeck programs, like you're literally inside of a thing, and so like they're literally in a wooded area looking for this guy on this soundstage, and they can't find him right away. But like, but it's like walking in on a dude's like, I don't know, like somebody's fan like slash fiction. That's exactly what it's like. It's like walking in to somebody's slash fiction, and Riker is portrayed as this tiny dude with a squeaky voice. And they have a kind of fun with it because like Lakshana Troy and Riker have this little moment. This is like pre-season 3 discussion. Season 3 is so much fucking better. Like it's night and day better. But he goes, program, terminate immediately. And she's like, no, we're trying to help this guy. We're trying to figure out what's going on with him. So maybe we can see some things. And then on cue, the Lakshana Troy sex robot walks around the corner and goes, I am the goddess of love. And, basically like, fuck my titties, Not that embarrassing. Mine would have said that. Mine would have been like, oh, more things to service,
Hard they got locked in? Yeah. It's his Gumshoe episode. It's the first holodeck full out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that one's from season 1 though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I knew it was from season 1.
There's another one where Picard and Riker get locked.
How about we go with, there's another one. Wait.
There's another one where Picard and Riker get locked in. That's from season 1 too, isn't it?
Is it?
There's one
That's the one where
we're talking about the same one then. The one where he's a detective.
No. The other one that they get locked in is when they're having the ship repaired, and
right.
the aliens like hijack them.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that is from season 1.
But I thought that was the same episode as where he's a detective.
Because that's the episode where Riker has the jazz room.
There's 2 fucking
And they get
episodes
caught in
where
the jazz
he's a
room?
detective.
Well, what happens in that episode where Picard? It's not the second. Are you sure? Because there's only 2 episodes where he's a detective.
Okay, we don't need any of this. That's the knowing to be an editor thing.
Like it was really good.
We don't need this last bit. Like we can just move on. We need this. I don't.
Detective.
You know, like I don't know how interesting it is for a couple to be like trying to remember something like a hive mind, but
And we saw the second one this season 2, and it wasn't very good.
The one where he
Loxana Troy's mom falls in love with a fucking hologram, and then no one tells her. And like she's into him because he's like she can't read his thoughts. Let's take a diversion.
yeah.
Loxana Troy and everything about her sucks.
oh, can someone quote me on that? Can we get a pull quote on that?
Riker and everything about him sucks.
It's true though.
They're not bad characters, and they have moments where both of them are very, very good. But when they do an episode about either of them,
Yeah,
it's always such garbage. So the second time, Electrona Troy's mama shows up twice. Okay, season 1 and then in season 2. In season 2, she's like horny. She wants to fuck Picard.
Yeah.
It's like she's going through menopause, basically. She's going through spaceopause.
Isn't that my job to tell you how I really feel? I feel like if I tell you how I really feel, I always feel like when I get that response, I'm doing the right thing because that means I don't feel like this is unsolicited opinions. You show up to a Star Trek Next Generation show, and somebody says something controversial. You shouldn't get. I mean, like I said very, very cliche shit in the first one because Wesley sucks so bad in season 1, but he's a lot better in 2, and he's even more better in 3. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a cup of Joe. Actually, I was talking today. Oh, I had a rant about fucking Iron or Man of Steel. Oh, don't get me started. Hey, I'm going to try something out because I've been having a really hard time getting people. I'm going to try something out. I'm going to periodically record some things because it occurs to me that I used to have people on my fucking YouTube live stream. I see the Belindas come around, and I think most of the people would come over here if they knew I was fucking live streaming on the fucking regular. And there's a whole video devoted to it. But it'd be so much easier if I just recorded periodically while I was doing another stream. And then all I gotta do is put it together. I put it together almost the same time that I'm putting together what I'm putting together. So what you missed on the stream that you're not watching is I was editing the episode of Heather and Michael discussing Season 2 of Star Trek Next Generation. So if you're interested in my shitty, dumb process, you could have seen that. Cat painting and lighting. First lighting was the other day. You have notification. Okay. Hey, YouTube, thank you. Thank you for fucking me over once again. Belinda Rose is informing me that she smashed the shit out of the bell and she gets no notifications that I'm streaming live on this channel. I guarantee you it's because I have less than 50 viewers. I have less than 20 subscribers on this. Less than 10, maybe? I tweet it, so if you're not following me on Twitter, get on that. And I usually put it on Discord. I didn't today. Is anyone... I should check if people are on my Discord. But I'm recording this right now, so I'll do that in a second. At any rate, my point being... There are ways to find out when I'm streaming other than YouTube, and you're going to have to do them because you can't trust YouTube. So if you liked when I was live streaming and discussing things and talking about stuff, or if you want to see me record live stuff with Phil, like, I'm doing all of that live. It's all been done on this channel. So if you liked the Hereditary review, all 12 of you, so disappointed. You know, I don't mean to be a bitter asshole. But I really wanted to hang out with ContraPoints. And I feel like if things went differently with Shea Apocalypse back in the day, like they maybe, instead of firing me, gave me some time to figure out my shit, maybe support me more, maybe have more conversations with me, maybe not judge me for smoking marijuana to handle my fucking anxiety. Maybe if some of that stuff happened, I would have still been friends with these people. I wouldn't feel like every single time I get a network of friends, I'm doomed to totally destroy it. I guess I did. I guess it's all my fault, right? Because I'm the common element on all of the... Like, I don't talk to anyone from college. But I hated those guys when I went to college. I think what I really... Because I don't like... Like, I don't get bitter except if I liked the people who I feel are ignoring, slighting, distancing themselves from me. And I think that Dan Olsen's been distancing himself from me. So I unfriended him from all the shit. I don't think he cares. I'm sure he's not watching this at this point. Oh, I know. This shit's juicy. You just thought it was an announcement for the stream. No, it's juicy shit. It's shit I'm not even saying is juicy. It's fucking... It's stuff that they'll use against me later. But, you know, fuck it. Fuck it. Did that thunder pick up? What am I doing? I should just plug in. The downstairs dog does not like the thunder. That thunder actually could have been a county over. Because I don't hear much rain. Alright, dogs. It's okay. You know, come over here if you're scared. Alright, be over there then. Oh, there you are. Hi, buddy. Hi, Milton. I love you. No one can see you. You're like a fantasy dog. It was bad. It was loud. So, okay, that works out. Boy, I have to do more editing on this than I originally anticipated. So, it was an irrational... I told Heather I did it, and she said when Heather's disappointed in a thing I've done, but she sympathizes with me and knows I did it for a reason, she goes, "Aru," which is cute and gay and boring, but she did that. I unfriended Dan from all the stuff, and she did "Aru," and I went, "It's because I've begged him for help now on a couple of occasions, and he's ignored me." It's one thing to be like, "I can't help you, dude. I can't, you said fucked up things. You didn't learn any lesson, blah, blah, blah." I don't know, man. I still feel like either people just didn't like me or didn't want to deal with me, or hated working with me, or a combination of all three. I don't know what I did so wrong to Lindsay and crew. I can understand what I did to, like, Tony Goldmark. It's like, Tony, I was just like, I couldn't explain this to these guys at the time, but I couldn't do crossovers with them like they wanted me to. Because my brothers didn't take this seriously, and they especially didn't take those guys seriously. They thought Tony was kind of funny, and he was like the only one they thought was even remotely funny. But they hated the Nostalgia Critic, like rightly so. But they hated Kyle's stuff, they hated Lindsay's stuff, they hated all of it. Like Jason and Trevor were both trying to elevate the bunny perspective into something else, and I think that's why it got so experimental. And when we had the most fun, we did some really ambitious shit. We did like the Syphil and Ollie episode and the Stuck. Those episodes killed us. I can rewatch those episodes easily. I mean, like, it's not perfect. I had so much fun making those. I had fun making all the sock puppets. It was this huge endeavor. It's got like 100 views, 1,000 views maybe. I don't even think it has that. I'm actually looking. Like, that's how narcissistic I am right now. I'm not like separating myself from the narcissism of this. But at the same time, everyone's like, you're talented, you're worthwhile. And I go, of course I'm not. How can I be? Talented, worthwhile people hate me. Or seem to hate me. Like, my perception of them is that they don't like me. And I'm fine, you know, if they don't like me and they have a reason, then 550 views. And I think maybe on Blip it hit maybe a grand or something. So we'll give it a good 1,500 views. Periodically, I go on a rant on my Facebook wall about Full Sail, my alma mater. I have a degree from Full Sail. I think I may burn it. I may burn my degree on camera one day. Full Sail is a scam. Don't let any of them tell you otherwise. Yeah, there's a few people that do well. Sure. They take anyone. They take anyone. There's no portfolio requirements whatsoever. Now, for setting up stage productions and shit, I don't know if you really need anything. But art degrees, you should have something. Film degrees, you should have something. Like, maybe not a portfolio. I mean, like, some, you know, it was so weird to me because I had applied to Detroit art college, and they liked my portfolio, and I was really stressed out about my portfolio. But my grades when I went to community college were like 1.5. I would have been better off saying I didn't go to college at all and just giving them my high school shit, which was bad, but better than my college shit. So, periodically I go on a rant because my loan is like $100,000. Because, like, the way Full Sail works is they want to they're basically flipping tables, okay? They're basically, so every month you get a full class, but you're supposed to go there, so unlike a traditional college, where you just go there, you know, like 4 hours a week, you know, unless it's like a really specialized class, maybe you go 8 hours a week. This one you would go 8 hours a week for your main class and 6 hours for your secondary class every week. You could not, and your schedule was varied to the point where you couldn't have a job. So most people eventually got where they were doing freelance work and everything. I didn't get enough of that. They also all marketed themselves, and I just took school really seriously. That was a mistake. I needed to have marketed myself better. So at any rate, so periodically I say fuck Full Sail. And that's why. I didn't need that degree to learn what I learned. I don't talk to my classmates. I hated them when I went there. Like, they knew I didn't like them for the most part. The ones I did like, I had weird sexual attraction to one girl who ended up being lesbian, obviously, but also didn't. But I was just, it was a really bad time for me to go back to school, like, in hindsight, because I was in my late 20s. And nobody at that school was worried for me in the future. My art style is weird and hard to market. And $100,000 debt is a weight. It's a weight around my ankle that stops me from trying other shit. And I could have just spent 20 grand. I'd still be paying that back. But I could have spent 20 grand and just bought a really great computer. Full Sail insisted we used Apple products. As an artist that uses a computer, I think, fuck that. A PC is what you need. It's a personal computer. Apple is a scam, and they use slave labor. I hate my iPhone. It will replace it. My next phone will not be an iPhone. I'm declaring it now. I'm making a stand on this. Apple products are fucking garbage. I have a tower that I spent $2,400 on. Part of my last money going out of college was I made sure I had money. I had a Cintiq. It lasted me 3 years. No. It lasted me like 5 years. 6 years maybe. My new Cintiq I think is going to last me a lot longer. But when it died on me, I cried. Because it was like the last thing to go. It was after Shay fired me. It was after I stopped trying to make anything at all. And the Cintiq dying was like a real big, yeah, you need to stop. And for a long time I was trying to like make it work to be Jimmy John's manager. That's not even, I was fully invested. Because what was my driving goal, and my driving goal now is to get my creative field job. Which I know this isn't helping that one bit. But maybe somebody will see this because at the very least, more people need to know not to go to Full Sail. Like, go to clown college. They'll actually teach you how to juggle. They'll teach you a skill. Like, I'm not saying that Full Sail didn't teach me skills, but they didn't teach me skills. They showed me how programs worked, which is something I can learn on my own. Back in the day, there wasn't really enough of that, but before I was done in a 2-year degree, halfway through, they stopped giving us books, and they started giving us Lynda account subscriptions. Do you know what Lynda is? It's like the first of those Skillshare programs that they have now. If I need to make anything in After Effects, I just type in ... tuts. If I can't remember how to do the audio thing in Premiere, I just type in bop, bop, bop. You don't, it's like, Alton Brown said something amazingly, incredibly smart. He said, don't make your own cake batter. Go buy store-bought cake batter. It's all the same shit. They perfected cake batter a billion years ago. Just go buy it off the store shelf. Make your own frosting. That's this. That's what Photoshop. That's what these programs are. That's when I went to Full Sail, I was really invested in doing traditional art. It doesn't help me in my career, but yeah. So we didn't get books. Belinda in the chat is saying, so they passed the buck for the early Skillshare. Yes. And the reason they did this is because, I mean, like, some of the books I did have, eventually I stopped getting the books because I think I had to, we ended up not even using so many books. There's one I regretted. It was like, there's one book I regretted not getting. It was like the one that has like all the jobs and the, oh shit, I should just go buy one of those. I think I remember where it is. It's at Barnes & Noble. God, buy one of those. Don't go to Full Sail. It's like $40. Buy one of those and just read it and figure out. And then if you don't understand what it is, just learn. Why aren't you just doing this? Ah! Jesus, Mac, you scared the fuck out of me. Mac! It's okay, it's just thunder. Well, it's like a yearly thing. It's nice to have a book sometimes, too. And I think a lot of them are forms. It's like some of them are like contracts that you can literally. But yeah, actually, there probably is. I can't remember what it's called though. I have to look for it. At any rate. So when I bitch about Full Sail, I am digging at people that I thought were my friends. And that's not my classmates, because again, very few of them I considered my friends. The ones, and I know that if any of them see this, they're going to go, what about me? Obviously, if I've talked to you since college. So at any rate, and everyone goes, you're blaming everyone else for this. You're blaming everyone else for this. And I go, yeah. And let me tell you the motivations for everything. So the reason the bunny perspective, the reason I pushed the bunny perspective to be the way it was is because I knew there was a market for that type of video. And I was really pushing for that because I needed it to work. Because if it didn't work, and we didn't make money, then we couldn't pay these student loans back. Jason has the same student loan, my brother. Meanwhile, the photography side of the business isn't working out because we're a small town. We were in a small town, and our prices couldn't match. Like, they couldn't. It's not that our prices were unfair, but even unfair to us prices weren't cutting it. And then things. I mean, that's like its own thing, but the reason the bunny perspective got so bad, which they didn't ask me about it, they just go, we noticed that the work is hurting. That's the thing too. Nella told me this on the thing, in the voice cal. She goes, this still doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So if someone wants to explain this to me, why it's a good strategy to do this. But she said that I've had some Twitter rants or whatever. They've noticed that my depression has been affecting my work, so they fire me. I don't understand the logic of that. Why not tell me the truth? Like, lying to me doesn't help me to figure out what to do next. I mean, granted, I assumed that none of them were my friends ever again, and I was right, they aren't. But I don't understand, why do they even bring me on in the first place? I still don't understand. Like, I think it was because they were never going to bring me on, that guy with the glasses, and they're like, well, I don't know. They very flimsily offered to pay for the artwork I did, and I just wanted them to take it off the site at that point. I was so fucking... I should have had them pay me, frankly. Well, yeah, use it. Just pay me. But it was personal. You know, that shit was really personal for everybody that was making it back then. I don't think they appreciated how embarrassing it was for me to ask my brothers to help me make the bunny perspective. Because they clearly didn't want to do it. And, I mean, I got them back. I didn't want to do drunken recaps at all. Jason knew that, too. We've had this conversation, too. I didn't want to do it. So I really half fucking assed that fucking shit. It's fine. But I didn't like making it. And I made it YouTube friendly, so it's all got copyright-free music and everything. And so it was a smarter direction. But, this stuff goes together because one triggers the other. So the reason I bring all this stuff up is Dan Olson took pictures of ContraPoints, Natalie of ContraPoints. And if I would have seen Natalie's videos a year ago when she started this transition, it would have really helped me with figuring out my weird, toxically male bisexuality, I guess. I don't know what that is. I'm spewing out a bunch of words. I'm attracted to femininity and sissies and tomboys, but I don't like masculine women and I don't like masculine men. I don't think that's, and I also and subsection there are, all of this, like there's no criteria other than, you know what I mean? Like this level of arbitrary femminess or sissiness. And I think I would have got... Anyway, my point is, I respect the hell out of Natalie. I wouldn't be able to do what she's doing in public like she's doing it. Or maybe I could. I'm fucking shameless as hell. But like, I'm it's inspired me to talk more about this stuff on the regular, even though I know it'll make my family uncomfortable. Actually, that's kind of halfway. That's sort of a perk, I think, actually. But like, and Dan is somebody who I used to have regular Skype conversations with before he got really popular. Rantasmo and I used to play Magic the Gathering on Cockatrice, I think with Dan. So I think the three of us used to play like big group games of Magic the Gathering and just playing silly shit and just memeing and shit talking. I don't know where any of that shit is. But we did it. We used to do it all the time. I have proof. And right when I was trying to come back a long time ago, I was playing League. Me and Dan did a thing together, but it sounded really bad. I had really no idea what I was doing. It was before OBS, I think. What was I even streaming on back then? I don't know. It doesn't matter. My point being is I said or did something wrong again. And just like before, they're just like, they're not going to talk to me about it. I'm sure the directive is don't involve Michael Bennett. He doesn't add anything to change the channel. I didn't get the impression that Lupa or Mars Girl remembered who I was in any way, which is part of the reason I think I ended up backing off on doing fan art of them. And you know, a big part of me, again, which I'm sure I've said this before, a big part of me wants to make new friends entirely. I don't have any friends. And making friends now is like, there's a part of my brain, and it's not wrong to think, well, I mean, you'll get 3 years out of them maybe, and then they'll hate you. Because you're the common denominator. I would like to think that Heather evens me out, and that people will tolerate me for Heather. I'm hoping that there'll be a comment in here, in the bottom here, that says, this would be 90% better with a Heather. And I agree. Heather does make me better. And I make her better. And we say that, you know, we remind each other that all the time. She's left brain, I'm right brain. So, Natalie of ContraPoints is talking to Dan, who I used to talk to all the time, who currently doesn't talk to me. And I respect the hell out of him. You know, I'm not going to stop watching his videos. I may stop watching Lindsay's videos. That one about Star Wars was really fucking lame. I guess I just expected a different outcome. And I always get really overly disappointed with disappointment. I'm not saying it's mature or realistic, but what's the point of being realistic? Realistic is the lead to mediocrity. What's that song? Oh, I can't. I'm not going to pull it up. One of the songs. No, that's really bugging me, actually. Good thing I'm recording all of this. I think if I edit this, it'll actually make sense. I'll just have to make note of whenever I start bitching about Full Sail and put that all together. And it's not Bear. What was it fucking called? Oh, here we go. Anytime, Omnitechnica. What's the point of being realistic? So when Change the Channel was going on, I fully expected to get at least a fucking conversation out of one of these twats. Feels owed that. I mean, granted, you know, me, right? Fucking white guy, me. I'm kind of gay, so fuck you. There's a real... That's like, there's an actual real relief in, like, that not being a fucking weird thing to say anymore. It's so tame. I'm so boring. Yeah, I'll fucking do it if he looks like a girl. But I will. I mean, like, you know. Let's not mince things. What? No one cares about that. I get it. I get it. So much editing. Does this tell me the record time as well? So I can be embarrassed at how long I've been recording? Oh, only 28 minutes? This is not that bad to deal with. Not like this hour-long abomination. It's not an abomination. We did not need to talk an hour about Season 2. I guess we did, apparently. This will have to be like 2 parts. Like, this stuff will have to be its own thing. I'm like figuring out how to do this in my brain because I've got so much content. So, at any rate, okay. So let me get back to the point of this. The reason I'm making this video in the first place is so that you guys will at least know that the live channel exists. So go over there. Apparently, even if you subscribe to it, it's not gonna go. And I will try to be more active on the Patreon. So this will be on for public, but the patrons will have seen the Star Trek episode a long time before it comes out, probably. And I might as well put this on private, fucking as much as anyone has known that I was streaming when I did this. And then in the future, the editing will just be for patrons for $1 or more or something like that. I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it now. Right now, I don't want to put much on Patreon. It's not that I don't appreciate the patrons that I have. I'm going to give them some specific stuff, like more comic stuff, I think, as that gets made. I got a few commissions to catch up on, I will be saying for the rest of my life. And then after I get those commissions caught up. Dude, every time I see an artist on Twitter go, I'm so behind on commissions, I feel so much better. Whew. All the commission people have been very, very patient. That's why I switched it off my Patreon. I'm like, I think I did like 5 or 6, but it's like I'll do doodles for $10. I'll do that. I like doing doodles. I don't want to put effort in. At any rate, so I don't want to put effort in, asshole. That's not what I mean. I don't want to stress myself out by taking on 5 or 6 things every month that I don't. You know what I mean? I know I can get 5 or 6 doodles done a month. Eventually, it'll build up. Getting the muscle back. We'll have to do an art stream tomorrow, or maybe late tonight. But it'll have to be on Twitch, because fuck. $10 on Twitch. Or Twitch, Patreon. And there's a limited number. But I'll do one every month. Like it's a monthly thing. So every month you get another one. It's a fair deal. Where was I? I was bitching about not having friends. Like a guy that deserves no friends. I'm really cognizant. I really am. I just wish people would let me have a... I wish people would have a conversation with me about why things happen the way they happen, but I don't think anyone values me enough for that. So here's me taking a stand now. I'm not quitting. This isn't like one of those bullshit I'm quitting videos. I like having record of how pathetic I am, so that it'll be nice and easy for Medicare to find it in the future, or the Right Opinion, or whoever the fuck else. So there's a nice, good, solid record of all my fucked up perversions and shittiness, so they can point at it and laugh. Fuckheads. There's all cringy art on my DeviantArt too. Try to find it, bitches. But at any rate, but yeah, I really wanted to go to bat for those guys too. I don't really think I can. It's not that I disagree with Lindsay at all on most of the stuff, and I don't understand why she gets lumped in with all the feminists that are negative. Like I don't equate her with Anita Sarkeesian. People are like, Shea Apocalypse isn't a thing, and she's like, no, it's kind of a brand still. Like that money is still like Rantasmo still puts a Shea Apocalypse thing at the end of his. I don't think Dan does it. Dan does his own thing now. I will never. I will join a collaboration group again, and there might be something with these guys, these other guys, in the future. I am bad at reaching out to people. I admit that. Who isn't? You know, I can point out all these things that I get anxieties about. But you know, it reaffirms that shit when you send out a plea or something, or send up a signal flare to somebody you thought was your friend, and you just get ignored. I don't mind you telling me to fuck off, but just do it. Like, just tell me to fuck off. Sorry that I gave a shit about you, or sorry that I took it too personally, or sorry that I offended you, or I don't fuck you. What did I do? I can't think of what I did. Except criticize Doug Walker a lot. Like, I took the piss out of Doug Walker. And it's part of the reason they told me not to do it anymore, because they're trying to affiliate still with Channel Awesome. You fucking scumbags. You didn't think I figured that out after all the documents and shit have come out? I know why you wanted me not to be... I know why they didn't want me. It's because I was critical of them. Because I thought they're critics, so they can handle criticism? Like, I'm a crazy person, right? Like, Doug Walker can't handle criticism. I'm not saying everyone takes criticism well. Like, sometimes I'm like, well, you're just nitpicking my nitpicks. And I don't think the new Bunny perspective is going to have... It's going to have... I want it to be more like... There's a clear fucking line on people who are like, you're either going to be with me or against me. Because I feel like... Because I'm not doing this plotline bullshit anymore. Like, when I re-review Amanda, it's going to be discussing how gross I think it is to exploit the idea of a woman, like, pretending to be post-op transgender, like, pretending to be that, to prove somebody loves you. And at the very end of the movie, it's highly implied that she doesn't give a fuck about this guy at all. And it didn't matter who it was. She just needed to do this elaborate thing, and this guy had to fall for it. Or something. Like, this movie is bananas, but fuck, poo-poo-pee shit. And it's awful, and it's shit. But what it is, and I'm lumping it in with Edison Death Machine, is what it is it's amateur poop. Like, it's amateur art poop. Like, it's... This filmmaker has watched a million romantic comedies, and he has sat around his dumb water cooler wherever the fuck, or he was in college classes wherever the fuck, and he was like, you know what would be a cool romantic comedy premise? What if a chick could only get her millions of dollars, because he had like just watched Baxter's Millions or something. She can only get these millions of dollars if she proves a man loves her. But how does she prove? Well, what if her name's Amanda and she tells him she's a post-op transsexual? And that's the premise. And I don't think it's worse than Chuck and Larry. And I don't think you can't make a movie about something. I don't think there's no subject that is not movieable. You can movie anything. Media has no boundaries. And I was watching it and I was like, is it fair, like Edison Death Machine particularly, is it fair to shit on this? Because it's so bad. Like Amanda, like when the character of Amanda talks, it literally sounds like this. And I'm like, how's that? And I'm like, I'm always like dialing her volume all the way up and then down, all the way up and then down. And this is like so many parts now, right? So when I get to the bunny perspective, and the other thing is as Edison Death Machine, it looks like children made it. Like they're all adults, but it looks like it was made by children. And that's all well and good or whatever, but like, is that fair to just shit on them? Because I'm talking about, like, I'm like looking at I'm looking at like Medicare's stuff, and he's like, the joke is Linkara like some weird porn, and I'm like, I guess that's a joke, and I don't think that's funny. I think it's easy. I feel like there's no message there. There's no intrigue. It's just, lol, this guy is a person and he's weird. He did this thing privately and we figured it out. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, so is it fair to exploit these people who have made this very clearly horrible thing? Like, beyond Tommy Wiseau. Like, Tommy Wiseau is mockable. Like, even in that movie, it's very obvious that he made everyone very uncomfortable. And especially after finding out so much of how he behaved, it's even more relevant. But at the same time, is it fair to mock that because of its poor quality? Is it fine to make fun of that old lady because she can't act? Is it fine to make fun of anyone in that movie whatsoever? Because they're all like just trying to make a fucking paycheck, right? So I put this on Edison Death Machine. It's a joy to watch. I love watching it with a crowd because it's baffling. It's insane, and the audio is so bad you can just kind of do your own over top of it, which might be a good idea for a series. And so I want to reapproach it. I want to have a conversation about it where it's like, how can I have fun with this where I'm not hurting them anymore? And I think the reason they made the movie is they saw all of this media, they ate it, they regurgitated it, and this is what they came up with. Dan Harmon does a Rick and Morty, and Justin Roiland does a Rick and Morty. Like, they level that Rick and Morty is just pop culture references in a blender, and I'm like, that's fine. They do it in a way that isn't like Family Guy. It's not like Big Bang Theory. They're woven into the plot. Like, it's not lol Zardoz. This is a Zardoz like the reference for Zardoz is a part of this, A-B storyline that they wanted to make with Summer and Rick. But I mean, they immediately, like, I just was watching this negative thing on it, or because like I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about on anything, and so I saw that leveled at it, and I would argue that Edison Death Machine and Rick and Morty are the same process. It's a eaten up, regurgitated media, but I would say that Rick and Morty is maybe shit, which is the natural process, and Edison Death Machine is vomit. These are both not very good analogies. Well, they're great analogies. They're just not. Let's see. Let's say Rick and Morty is if you eat pop culture references and then you metabolize it and it gives you energy. That's Rick and Morty. And everything else is shit. You know, like if everyone that doesn't understand it and all this stuff, that's what the Amandas are. The Room, which is a fundamental misunderstanding of human beings in general. Amanda has a similar misunderstanding of human beings. But it's so obviously like the main guy is so trying to be Vince Vaughn that it's sad. You're like, oh, honey, you'll never be Vince Vaughn. You're too short. And you probably don't drink and drive. Hot take. Maximum sass. Maximum sassimum. Maximum sassimum. Trademarked. Come at me, Jim Sterling, because I would love to wrestle. Actually, no, take it back. I don't want to. I'm not very confrontational. What was I talking about? Dan Olsen broke my heart. That's what it was. So when I sit and think about Full Sail, this is what I think about. I have a $100,000 debt around my ankle, dragging me to the Kraken. And it's the really lame Sea of Thieves Kraken, where it's just tentacles above you and then abyss of nothing underneath. Like, there's no payoff. There's not even a gasping, clawing maw. There's not 1,000 eyes staring at you. There's no, like, moment where your brain explodes because this ancient thing that's been under the water for an eternity is awake and it acknowledges your existence as you drift towards it. No, it's blank. It's nothing. Debt is a nothing weight, and it still drags you down. It's just boring and predictable. Oh, also, hey, maybe if you want to help me on Patreon, cut to me like tying up a noose, right? I know how to tie a noose. You know how I know? It's on YouTube, guys. You can look up anything on YouTube. They tell you at the top, hey, this will really kill you. Don't use it as a noose. I had a noose in my office the entirety of the Bunny Perspective. That's not a joke. That is the truth. But I had a reason for doing it. It was going to be a joke with Barnabas at some point, I think. It was going to have something to do with Barnabas. And then I eventually used the rope for art projects. So, whatever. I didn't hang myself. I'm still alive. Though, I might have... if I had a spotter, I might have used it for choke jacking or something, maybe. Get a spotter if you're going to jerk off while you're choking yourself. Because you could die. Don't die senselessly. Get a friend. Don't be weird about it. Hey, I'm going to jerk off while I'm choking myself. Would you watch and make sure I don't die? You could jerk off too. But you can't choke yourself because what if we both can? Oh my God. Just don't die from choke jacking, kids. It's sad. It bums everybody out. Ugh. So, at any rate, I don't know how Rantasmo Jamie feels about me. I don't want to ask. Does that make sense? Like, Dan doesn't talk to me at all, and like, I didn't want to try. I am going to try to get a hold of some other people, though. Because I think... I really want. I actually I know who I want to talk to, but we'll see if I can talk to him. And I want to see if Tom will be on Stone Vlogs. And Soft Lavender owes me a fucking Stone Vlog. And you know, whatever. Rose, I'm actually was considering seeing if you wanted to be on a Stone Vlog too. See, the benefit of being on the Stone Vlog is I do up one of these. So I'll do up you get a little black and white drawing for being on it. Because I'm going to do it all audio. But, you know, it's up to you. No pressure, because I don't know when I want to do these or what they're going to be about. Because I have to think about it. Part of the reason I didn't get a hold of Soft Lavender is I was hoping I would have an idea of what to talk about. Actually, I should see what she's doing right now. She might not be busy. That would be really funny, actually. I'd have to go turn my air conditioner off, though. That would suck. That would also be so Cook. Well, I'm the last person to shit on a good gimmick, and I think the circus gimmick is really good. So, you seem to have good taste. I think if you marry the two, I don't, even if it's just you learn a new thing and you talk about it. Nah, she's not even online. Womp womp. Oh well. Warframe. Any rate, that's okay. I don't need to do anything right this second. I'm very spontaneous. And you know who I also want to contact actually is the Isle of Ragoon. The Isle of Ragoon guys. I might actually tweet at them and see if they want to talk. They might not want anything to do with me though. I could see why they wouldn't. I'm sure my reputation precedes me. I'm just hoping that they'll see the we puppets should stick together kind of thing. They started right when I stopped being on the forums all the time. They're pretty good. One is sort of an orange Cookie Monster. One is a sort of a, you know how they have like he's somewhere between a Fraggle and a you ever see Muppets Take Manhattan? Like one of the frogs that Kermit gets roped in with. But with hair, so he's kind of he's sort of a Fraggle. I like their puppets. They're a little puppety for me, but I'm obviously a very avant-garde with my puppets. Barnabas, for one. I guess I could get Barnabas's head. That'll be fun. I gotta go to the restroom anyway for a second. Oh, hey, you might as well stop recording for a second, though, idiot. about time. You know, I just need to move a little. I need to shake, shake, shake my fucking booty. Get on down, 'cause it's about to get Rudy. Oh, you have to cover the kitty up. Oh, the internet will hate you. I look good in this lighting, baby. Took you 35 years to figure out that you're fucking bisexual, huh? Huh. Weird. This is my single... This puppet is my single most favorite thing I've ever made. It still is. Yeah, you don't appreciate your friends. And you're not a ventriloquist. You gotta put your hand over your mouth. Oh, now it's... Oh, the suspension of disbelief. It's unbearable. It's actually more... I'm more obliged to make it look like his head. Like, what I did originally... Because I had the head done. I'm gonna have to move the camera. I put my robe on. Give me a second. Get your costume on, queer. Shut up. Ooh, where is it? Oh, hey, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to take your security blanket, buddy. My dog's adorable. All right. Whoa. Of course, I didn't have this hat because it was still attached to Phil back then. Oh, no, I have a body for him. I built him a whole body. He's got a cool body. It's just big and bulky. He's got like a little suit. He's got a really annoying body. But the head was like the first... It's like, you know, it's the most important thing. It's a puppet. Like the They Might Be Giants say, put your hand inside the puppet head. Okay, so... Are we getting a happy medium where the cat's peeking? Ooh, he's photobombing. Michael, that's not funny. Oh, how will you ever turn that camera? Shut up. You're mad you don't have a sassy gay friend. You're more than gay. You're a fucking... Yeah. See, like, I'm way more concerned about it looking like this is like, okay, well, oh, how's this work? What are you, what was that serial killer? I don't remember either. Oh, well, that's weird how that works. I'm so sassy. All right. Oh, hey. Right on, Donkey Kong. Oh, no, it's a Barnabas segment. Lord have mercy. Not Gacy. The guy who had a lampshade made of human pieces. Okay, hang on. Down Periscope. Hello. Hi, kitties. It's me, Barnabas, in a more convenient form. The severed head. I have no dick. Nah, it's gotta be further away. Besides, it's better if we're two people. I guess. It just looks like I'm a crazy person. I don't think that's the worst idea. Oh, fuck. This is like when Mr. Rogers had the guy inside of Big Bird come out and say, I'm not really a big bird, I'm a person. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. Like, I did a lot. Like, his ear has meat to it. You know what I mean? It's like paint. The rule is, if you think there's a rule, just do whatever. So his teeth are... I think he had actually lost a tooth. What'd you say? Put it in deeper. All right, come on. So his tongue is a masterwork of mine. I basically cut out a heart butt and sculpted it, but it's the same foam that the whole skeleton, like the head, is made of. And his brains are, I think they could be upgraded. Yeah. One day I think I'll try a different brain. But they're supposed to be brains. I mean, how attached are they? Pretty attached. How are they attached? Safety pin. Okay, that's encouraging. Ooh, these are like... Ooh, that's where my good safety pin went. You fucking cocksucker. I knew that good safety pin was somewhere. No, I need it! I might need it. I think the other one's in Old Phil. Yeah, fuck that one. But anyway, yeah, it's like he's got like a hard safety pin in there, so like his brains don't really go anywhere. Like his head this is just some felt. This is like the foam. It's this couch cushion foam. You buy it for like it's like $7 a yard or some shit. You get like little rolls of it for like $10-12. Yeah. So, like, oh, fuck. It's still got to be over here, you idiot. How does sound work, Michael? I don't know. How does anything work? With effort. That's not so bad. You know, with a curtain like that, it's kind of Lynchian. It's neat. I like it. Well, I'm glad you approve. So, what is this? What are we doing? Hey, you're my practice, because I've been neglecting you. Oh, that's not even remotely a joke. I've been... You have relegated me to nothing. I had meta plot. I know. There was like a whole reason I existed. I know. I have a backstory. I know. I'm sorry. I am, though. I mean, like, it's not like I deliberately sabotage myself. I mean, I sort of do. There's a reason I liked House. But there's also a reason I don't like House, is he never actually develops as a character. Like, it's always just, like, he's always sort of self-destructive, but, like, to a point where you can still, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still, like a person or something. Yeah, like, yeah. I get that. I mean, you're just gonna be shitty about this whole forever, right? But I mean, like, that's my character, like pettiness or whatever. No, I thought your character was perversion. Oh yeah. Huh. How many rape jokes were in those old episodes? They were fun rape jokes, though. Because, like, it was a Ninja Scroll or something. Oh yeah. They're all on YouTube, right? Oh, yeah. Would it be interesting to do it? Oh, that would be good. We could do a commentary track on one of the old episodes. Holy shit, that's actually kind of a good idea. Damn. All right, that actually kind of impressed me. Let's do that. All right, buddy, let's do it. Okay, I understand that this hand is the good hand, so hang on. It's like getting a reverse blowjob. Oh, you could do this left-handed? Yeah, I'm actually not a bad left-handed puppeteer. Why is that? I didn't have a lot of friends in high school either. I saved this so we can minimize it. You shouldn't minimize things, I know. thing you had this open arbitrarily. I know. Nah, of course you aren't going to work. All right. Display right, though, should work. So if we move this stuff over here, and we move this over here, and I go... Yeah. Nope, that didn't work either. Shit. Oh, there it goes. Ah. Yes. That space is fine. Yeah, it's okay. Look! There it is. Holy shit. See? Look, look. This is it. This is the beginning right here. Yeah.
Oh, hello!
Oh, right, shit. Hang on.
I bet you're wondering what I'm doing here.
Hang on. I forgot I gotta fix this. Okay, that'll work now. Okay. And then this... Would it do both? No, it wouldn't do both, will it?
Viewers is Barnabas the Dead.
Oh, I'm still going by Barnabas, huh?
Hello. I bet you're wondering what I'm doing here. Actually, I bet you're wondering who I am. My name, dear, beautiful
This
viewers,
editing is amazing.
Barnabas the Dead Guy, and I'm going to be the new host of a show on the bunny perspective. It's called Gorgasm.
Gore.
It's going to be a lot
Gasm.
of fun. As you can see,
All right.
I don't quite have my body yet.
Yeah,
Soon, though, it should be kicking around. For now, though, I found this
I don't even have
mentally
legs.
handicapped person who's been carrying me around. I've
me.
been calling him Gomer. Isn't that right, Gomer? Space aliens. Oh, erection.
So that bit, funnily enough, as Barnabas, I threw it to me, and then I didn't know what to say. So I cued myself, and then I didn't really know what to do, so I just started babbling. Like, I didn't script this. So, that's really good. Oh, that's incredibly stupid. You should be ashamed of yourself.
He's quite mad.
Just fun to do that.
Long-haired Lapin associate philbunny, I don't have any gobbledygook-like topics or themes.
I didn't finish
That's
his
just
ear.
poppycock. No, I will be talking about one thing and one thing only: Splatterhouse gore movies of the most grotesque and horrifying nature. We wanted to come out with a promotional video ahead of time.
I could just fill the entire frame. This left-handed puppeteering's kind of impressive.
Hugs and kisses. Well, kisses anyway. Your friend. Your only friend. The only person you're ever going to see, especially right before you go to bed, is me.
No.
Your dear, sweet pal, Barnabas the Dead Guy.
It's not hard. You have to have rhythm. Soon, my babies. Oh, okay. It does cramp my hand up pretty bad, but you know. Oh yeah, no, fuck you. Take it, take it.
The iris is the flower that will mean the end of it.
Jump scare! I forgot about that jump scare. Oh my goodness. I actually jump scared myself. You fucking asshole. Past Michael is a bastard. Past Mike is a dick. Alright, let's look at this other teaser, because he's got a body at this point. Yeah!
Look at that.
Welcome to Gorgasm. Don't let your stupid fucking kids.
Don't let your stupid fucking kids watch this. It's really goddamn gory.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gorgasm. I'm your host, Barnabas the Dead Guy.
Wrong
If
frame
this is
rate.
the first you've ever seen of me,
Such
then
a bad
hello.
frame rate.
And if you haven't heard about me yet, then you haven't been obsessively watching the Bunny Put channel.
Yeah,
The
what's
first
wrong with
movie
you?
We're going to talk about, sweet dear viewers, is that
I basically
masterpiece
built it on
from
stream.
the old days. Perfect goal
It.
director. A gory movie that revels in blood. Classic. Gore-fest. Brain dead. Some of you Americans have never heard of hell. In America,
Americans.
it's called
Like you're not.
Alive.
Like I.
Don't worry. Soon there'll be more. Well, this has been the Gorgasm test thingy. Just like the bunny perspective.
It's terrible. Ugh, can't even finish it. Sorry, guys. All right, let's go with. I think the premieres is Dead Alive, Hobo with a Shotgun, Black Christmas, Ninja Scroll, Slither, Audition. That's as far as I got. Yeah, you had a couple of really good ones planned. We should do those someday. All right, well, let's just do the fucking. Let's just cringe it up and do the first one. Here we go.
Hello and welcome again to
Gorgasm.
Welcome to Gorgasm.
Came
Don't let
out
your stupid
April
fucking
Fools,
kids
I
watch
think.
this. It's really goddamn gory, and the host makes sex jokes the whole time.
The whole time. So obviously the intro is all fucking copyright fucked, so you have to change that. I think I got something that'll work for this, don't worry. Just a thought. I just need to line up the lightning. That's not gonna be that hard. I just need to line up the lightning. That's not gonna be that hard.
I'm Barnabas, and this is Gorgasm, a show about climaxing in a graveyard or something.
Or
This
something.
is our premiere episode, and by God, kiddies, did we dig up a frightful feature for our festering fornication time.
Oh, I love it.
Television show known for its grotesque
Look.
acts and featuring the entire original cast to reprise their roles. This movie makes
Oh,
like
shit.
Spit on Your Grave look
That's
like
right.
on Golden Pond. You get that joke? See, I spit on your grave is an hour-long rape. Oh, okay. You've seen it. I watch it every Easter. I know I'm building this up a bit, but you know
I think I was going to do I Spit on Your Grave, actually.
And I did
my hand is like
tell you
this in the puppet, by the
sweet-ass
way. It's like
April
this.
Fool's joke, damn it. And I'm
The head is a bit heavy because of the
this
brain.
movie.
So like a
And
brain
watch a
change
movie
might
and
not be the worst idea in the world.
Audiences could not handle this level of depravity and sin. This movie breaks high moral grounds and
I'm serious, look at this
suggests a
fucking
wild
safety pin.
lifestyle could actually be beneficial when we all know how that road ends. What's
Choke
the
jacket.
word I'm looking for? It's the thing that David Carradine did to himself. I'm straying from the point. I'm sure I've given it away by now, but here it is. This week we dissect a grueling trek through a madman's vision. A movie that will make
This
you
was
question
meta.
your very
This was an
being.
April Fool's joke.
Sex in the city.
Inside of an April Fool's joke. That's how meta this was. Here's the brain. I might sell it on eBay or on the
Before I
Patreon or
begin,
something.
let me make this clear. This is not a review show. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to make grossly inappropriate.
It's not that
jokes,
bad,
or
actually.
with a
You might
disgustingly
need to put a
sexual overtone.
maybe a hat
Fill
or
out my
something might not be the
driver's
worst
license
idea.
form
I think you
under
have a
6
hat
often
sitting
with an
around
ice cream
somewhere.
scooper, a gallon of lubrication, and as many fists that will
Not
fit.
that one.
You know a movie is high class.
No, I
when
got
has
it back from that
seizure-inducing
rabbit. I wanna
cutscenes
keep it.
While someone states obvious things about New York City.
Ellis Island, the Yankees.
This movie, we didn't finish watching this movie.
I have to
Didn't
say, I
watch
love
it.
the
Didn't
makeup
finish
effects.
it. Couldn't
They
get through
made
it.
a 400-year-old bald mummy look like a woman in
I
the
just
late
milked this for
60s.
every single joke I could, and I was like, is that 20 minutes? Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty easy joke, just screaming at her face.
No one should
I'm just
see
saying,
cameras
embrace
like
your
this.
age. That probably would have been more appropriate to what the point was. Because I don't actually think Sarah Jessica Parker is unattractive.
Did you say zipper sex? Yes, please.
But when she's like,
Did you know that
you know,
all swans
overly,
mate when
I
they
don't
mate?
know.
The male swan forces themselves onto the female, and the female always tries to fight them
It's
off.
actually
All
ducks.
swans
I don't know if
rapists.
swans are actually
Swans are
rapists.
the violent rapists of the animal kingdom. No reason. I thought you might like to know. Dear
Hi,
God, it's the head of a black
swans.
queen from some tokenist hell beast on the body of a ventriloquist dummy. I can't say I'm interested, but
I'm
will
not-
say
not-
this.
not
I'm
interest-
not
not-
aroused.
Yeah.
Now this is quite the corpse.
So you can see a lot of the foam inside of the body. Yeah, Liv
I went to
Tyler's in
grade
this.
school with Liza Minnelli.
Or Liza Minnelli.
She was a major drug addict back then too. Did I say grade school? I meant nursery.
I actually don't get that joke. Do you get that joke?
You look close, you can
I
see
don't
her
get that joke
marionette
now.
strings.
This is the joke here
I'm
is
telling you, she died in 1997.
Yeah.
I was there. I did it.
Yeah.
Unlike how Lily Tomlin died, Liza was not killed in an exotic sex ritual.
yeah. That was going to be a running bit where I was going to say people who are alive were dead, but animated by necromantic. This is a legit. That's a good joke. It's kind of funny, especially like in future episodes.
Oh, nice to remind everyone the downside of copulating. Well, not that anyone could impregnate that lich queen.
I think it got better.
This just sounds illegal. Get your kitty porn out of my violence porn. Oh, and this scene is very
That joke
inappropriate.
doesn't make
I
any
don't
sense.
where
I
it
know.
comes from at all, but
You realize that joke doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, right. Then I wanted something. I didn't want to do this movie, but I wanted this scene in there because it's ridiculous.
I'm not going to say I'm not aroused.
Right, then it's good. Callback joke, good work. Me, that's all my writing. Thank you.
Oh, goody, I love banter.
Women our age shouldn't say women our ages. This is a good joke too, by the way. I love banter.
No hot flashes, no mood swings, and my sex drive.
We better move on, or this is going to turn into a review. Anyway, how far along are we into this movie? 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
How much
all right.
more is there? 2 hours. Okay, yep. Then they go to the Middle East. How wacky!
Easier to headbang without the brain. That's the metal band behind Baby Metal doing
Also, I
Doki
have a
Doki Morning.
message from Phil to Mr. Shadows. Oh no, it's not. That's not his
Oh,
name.
why are we talking
It's
about
his
Todd in the
internet handle?
Shadows?
That's rather stupid. Todd in the Shadows. You know, I thought Inva was an odd middle name.
What is
You're
this?
Todd. Way to play piano, no face. I don't get it. Do I
I
need
don't-
prior knowledge for this joke? Now come back tomorrow for the real episode of the Bunny Perspective.
What was that for?
If you
Did we do a thing? You just would say people's names back then.
Anyone does this on a car.
Oh, fuck.
Yep, that's how we're ending this one.
That's another good joke. I always like that bit though. That might be a so I always thought that I wanted the end thing to be like really I may actually put a spooky face in something. I'll do the same thing but like a spookier face in the background that I'll draw up. Because I actually think that's I like the idea of it being kind of silly the whole time, and then just being something kind of dark in the background. Audition is just the man. Hobo with a Shotgun wasn't very good either. Ninja Scroll was pretty rapey. Man, yeah, I think I could do this justice now. I think you can do a version of this that'll be better. We'll save it. We'll do another commentary. Damn, 5 years ago. Shit. I'm trying to think what's better.
Welcome to Goregasm. Don't let your stupid fucking kids watch this. It's really goddamn gory. And the host makes sex jokes the whole time.
Will, I want to make a point. Isn't this just what the Nostalgia Critic does? I think that's what my point was. And using like a corpse, I don't think I ever made that clear, aside from the fact that I just wanted something easy to write. I wanted an excuse to animate. You know, like a little intro thing. I wanted an excuse to do the voice. I wanted an excuse to build the puppet.
Oh, were you looking for the fluffy, happy cuddle party show? Because this is gore.
Gasm.
The second best reason to have your privates out while online. This week is a film by James Gunn. James Golden Boy, who seems to love disgusting gore nearly as much as I do.
Yeah.
So for our unnatural delight,
Tim, this is relevant because this is before Guardians came out. Like, well, I made this way before Guardians, because this is, what, 5 years ago? So, yeah.
So hand me that Mr. Pibb
Yeah.
and let's get this space slug monster piece rolling.
Hand me that Mr. Pibb.
I'm feeling hungry already.
But yeah, I guess I could make the meta-textual comment that it's kind of funny that the zombie is doing exactly what the Nostalgia Critic does. I guess that's kind of an interesting point. As a post-mortem to all this nonsense.
Got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. Those kids are hard for teacher. Well, who wouldn't be? I'd risk sending an innocent woman to jail if I was one of those boys.
That's kind of a good joke. I'd risk sending an innocent woman to jail. Yeah, that's kind of fair.
Sister, I didn't even know this was a musical. Was there artists?
Oh, I should have invested in that one more.
Hell, that was game.
A horny 10-year-old? We really are in the deep south.
Tim Gunn, man, he's a genius.
I remember when a space worm entered my brain. I was in New York City's Central Park having a morning jog, and then oh no, now I remember. It was a homeless man's penis. You are just mocking my hunger now.
Okay,
Is
that's
there
kind of
any
a good
sort
joke too, actually.
studio? Good, then use it to order me a pizza.
I think at the time, you were expecting to go to New York and hang out with Lindsay or something. Because you were invited to that party. Yeah, I did like a poster for one of Lindsay's parties, and I was invited, but there's just no way at that point I could get out there. Maybe if I make this, like, caved in more. Paint it black inside of here, like that might actually look pretty cool. Because it doesn't really match where his nose is black around his eyes, and then there's this red. So I think I'm gonna actually paint it black on the inside.
One thing you can count on with horrible space monsters alien to our understanding of life: the sex is weird.
The sex is weird.
Not for me, but for you.
That's a good one too. Shit.
So many people eating delicious food in this movie. Hey Bill, we got this grenade.
I think that's a little odd.
Chekhov's grenade, huh?
Chekhov's grenade.
That sounds just
You know
about
what,
right for a
Michael?
James Gunn movie.
Oops.
Waiting for monsters is for character development.
It occurs to me. By the way, I'd like to point out Jason was doing the colored backgrounds like way before everyone else was.
Marriage is ruining this country.
Marriage is ruining this country.
I was wondering when we were gonna get some non-animal gore in this movie.
Yeesh.
Tremors, anyone?
You suck.
Oh, well, okay. I have some fat jokes prepared. Ahem. Boy, when she sits around the barn, she really sits around the barn.
That's
I
good.
hear there are,
That's good.
there are,
I like the idea of doing jokes and just immediately getting bored with the bit.
What's going on here exactly?
I'm so fucking hungry, Bill.
Pretty John's sister.
Yeah. That was a bit.
Oh, I love novelty human skin slug-filled balloons.
That was a bit
They're
weird.
not
Bit
all
weird.
bad. Some of them sound like squeaky toys. Iconic scene, ahoy!
Yeah, that was all over the trailers.
Guy. Oh, goody! It's rare to see a gore flick kill children.
Yeah, Tim Gunn will
Like
kill
a
some
full
kids.
moon or the northern lights. You don't see it very often, and it's glorious.
Yeah, this joke could have been trimmed a bit.
Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus. Pushing it.
That's just funny.
That's pushing it.
Sure, I got the balls.
Oh, they killed the guy with the best mustache in the film.
Man, this thunderstorm ain't going away anytime soon. There's so many good visual bits.
Now that's hot.
There's a ski.
Oh yeah, right, I put on a mustache for
Damn,
this.
Aren't you supposed to be in Scranton?
Shit. Pam.
I don't understand the difference between TV show characters and actors.
It's goddamn Martian. Martians is from Mars, Jack.
I should have made a joke about him being wired, and why is it not in his spaceship? That would have been a good bit to go there. Where's that spaceship?
Oh, there I go.
Yeah, oh, no, I did.
Understanding reality again.
Shit, I did make that joke. Good work. Good work. I was in my element when I wrote these.
Watching Evil Dead 2? Sorry, I get confused. Is this still Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
They just wanted more bits.
Good man, it's back there.
References!
Story's gonna be the other way around.
What do you mean?
Like I saved you.
So fucked up. Such a great movie. Is that Henry Zabrowski?
Up shit.
Okay, there are a lot of good lines in this film.
Was that Henry Zabrowski?
Also, way to have extra fat belly. I'm really bad at fat jokes. I'm getting a real Jabba the Hutt feel here. Oh, that could be a fat joke.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Oh, it was Chekhov's wah wah wah.
That joke was still kind of fresh back then.
Spousal abuse is not funny.
Nope.
Damn slug movie.
That joke could have been cut. Whoa, Phil's voice out of nowhere? Ooh, whoops. It might be a little late, guys. What do you mean? Jeez.
Talk about getting some bad gas.
Bad gas. That's a fart joke.
Let's grab that story about how I saved you from that deer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill saved me.
Oh yeah, Bill saved me from this deer.
Works out for the filthy humans we're supposed to like.
So fucking good.
This movie is, of course, the real-life story of the youth of Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh's a slug monster. That's the
all
joke.
The jokes worth telling about this slimy Southern Fried movie. Come back for another gut-bursting film next time on Gore.
Gasm. Yeah, that was fun. You didn't do very many of these, so it's not like we can do too many more commentaries. Mustache. It's not that hard if you just need to have been in band or something. Who wants a mustache, right? You do. Bye-bye. Yeah, like I said, I wanted this ending thing to be creepy. Okay. No, no, no. I don't want to give him views. I hate this guy so much. No, no, no. I hate him so much. I don't like Ben at this age. Sorry. He's one of the first ones I really was like, didn't want to deal with. All right, any rate, holy shit. I'm going to edit through all of this, but you could see it live. There's so much ammunition in the future against me. I don't know. I was profoundly disappointed, but, you know, just having the venue to vent about it. I guess I'm okay with my relationship changing with these people. I'm not naive, but I'm a little upset that there's a no relationship is all. And I don't think I'm a bad person for... That looks way more like a brain. God damn it, I'm so good at this. Sometimes the style gets in the way of the actual logistical. That looks like, legitimately looks like a brain. Like a puppet brain. Where's my good safety pin? You earned it. I have to use it. You earned it, buddy. This might be more interesting to watch, just the this last little bit here where I'm like just doodling with this. Whoa. And then basically what we're looking at is how best will this sit so it looks like it's part of a brain. And like that, it's probably good. Whoops. Well, I should hook it one more time. Hook it, baby, one more time. Alright, I know. Give me a second. That's your life, Michael. Give me a second. I know, dude. I'm working on it. Whoop. Ow. There we go. Wow, can you believe it only took me 2 seconds to hook that? It didn't take me very long at all. Thanks, editing. Yeah, not bad. Now, granted, I'm going to have to work on... it's a little not... There might be more contrast needs to be done, but I can play with it a little bit. And I do think putting in some black will help. There you go. Look at that. Shit. I feel super productive today. I'm going to get back to editing. I'm going to stop streaming because Heather's going to be home, and we're probably going to watch some Star Trek. And I don't know about this thunderstorm. I can't trust the puppet head there because the dogs will get to it. I know it. So, at any rate, I hope you enjoyed the Gorgasm commentary track. It was a little haphazard, and I edited it so you didn't have to watch the whole thing. And I hope people know I'm trying. So don't let me give up. I'm going to have days where I feel really weak. I'll try to point that out. That this is only temporary, but I'm feeling kind of bleak. I just need to be more honest about when I'm feeling like that, I guess. It's not that difficult. You know, I've admitted to more weird things lately, more embarrassing things lately. So, I don't think saying, "Hey, I'm feeling really bad, help," is the worst thing that I can do in these dark times. So, but asking for help's hard. And it's really hard because so often people can't help the way you want them to help, or won't, or some combination of both. And figuring out that that's okay, I guess, is getting difficult for me, or has been difficult for me. But I think I could just kind of move on. I just don't got time, frankly, because I think about all the stuff I want to do, and it requires me to make enough money doing this to do it full time. But I want to do miniatures painting. There's more games I want to play. There's more videos I want to make. So all I can do right now is spend a lot more of my free time creating stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.